Hey, welcome back to Safe Fitness Training. This is JG. Today I'm going to be giving you 4 powerful isometric exercises where you'll be using your own body weight to get to full muscle fatigue in many of the muscle groups in your body with no equipment whatsoever. That's the great thing about a lot of these workouts. If you don't have any equipment at home, this is for you. This is for beginners and advanced clients as well, and you can get started and see how powerful some of these methods are. A lot of these programs come from traditional high-intensity training, and they're just variations. Traditionally in the 70s, in high-intensity training and super slow strength training, we use nautilus machines, and these are just basically modified versions of these in-studio exercises that are modified so you can do these at home and you can get to that full muscle fatigue that we enjoy all of the incredible health benefits from. Anyone of all ages can join in, and I'll get started with the glute bridge. Before I start talking about that, please hit like and subscribe, share this video if it has been beneficial for you. I would love to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share my website as well, safefitnesstraining.com. So the glute bridge, getting into this, as you can see, basically I'm putting myself here into a sit-up position, as though I was going to do a crunch on the ground. And what we want to do instead of that is we want to lift our hips toward the ceiling, pushing upward. We want to have the core engaged. So we're engaged in the stomach muscles, belly button into spine, while we gently push the hips into the air. Now for many beginners or people who don't have a ton of lower body strength, you could probably get to full muscle fatigue in a few minutes of just staying in this one position. It's very possible. But a more advanced level is what I'm going to show you right here that's necessary for me to hit that full muscle fatigue, and a lot of you are going to find that's the same thing. Again, it doesn't really matter how strong you are. You can benefit from doing each level of this, no matter where you're at. So if you feel discouraged, don't. All we need to build muscle and get all the health benefits from this workout is to fully fatigue the muscles. So technically, muscle failure is actually going to be that point of success where we win. So it flies in the face of kind of what we've been taught in traditional fitness, but is the way to fastest muscle growth that we can possibly have. You'll see right here that I've already raised one of my legs right there, and I put myself in the second position to make it really difficult. I'm only using one side right here. We're talking about the one side of the glute, one side of the hamstring, a little bit in the quadricep above the knee, but it's also the outer thighs here and deep inside of the gluteus medius and minimus muscles there. Those are the stabilizers from side to side that hold us up. We're using all of those. We always want to have the core engaged while we do this. We want to get to that point where it's burning so bad we hit a full 10 out of 10 intensity and we have to lower that leg and get back into that original position. Then we fatigue the exact opposite side, lifting the other leg and staying in that position to that exact same place of full muscle fatigue. Usually this takes people with each side, if they are strong, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes to that full muscle fatigue on each side. And that fully takes care of the glutes, the hamstrings for the day, and a little bit in the lower back. Again, with this, if you feel a pinching anywhere, any muscle, then you just want to gently lower and stop doing anything that causes any type of pinching sensation. That is not what we want at all. What we want is gentle muscle engagement to get to full fatigue where it burns like crazy without like a pinch or a negative sensation that feels like something unnatural. Moving on, the second exercise that we're going to look at, it's a traditional plank, and if you know what I'm talking about here, you can see the position that I put myself in. Basically what we want to do is just hold this with the back completely straight like it is, as if basically you're on a coffee table, or you are a coffee table. You could take a drink and put it on your back and it would balance on there completely. That's kind of what we're thinking about here. Some people have a tendency to let their hips raise way too high. Some people have tendency to let their hips sink down. We just want to stay completely straight. Now, some people will have a difficult time beginning on their toes or the balls of their feet like this. So you can begin on your knees instead. Also, if all you can do is begin on your knees and get to full fatigue, that's fantastic. But if you want, instead of just completely collapsing after you can't hold it on the balls of your feet, if you want to get to a second level of deeper fatigue in the stomach muscles, the arms, the shoulders, just like we're using in this workout, then you could just lower onto the knees and get to that second level and then hit full fatigue at that point again at an easier level. You'll get more benefit that way. If you want to spend that time, it'll probably only be about a minute longer, honestly. Some people can get up to 9 more minutes on that though. So again, the furthest into fatigue that you're possible to get to, if you're an advanced level, start on your toes and absolutely do it that way. Third exercise, this one's super simple. And when I say super simple, it's easy to put yourself in this position. It's not easy to hit full muscle fatigue on a wall sit. And the reason I say that, the quadriceps there above the knees, they burn like fire when you're using them. And it's a natural occurrence. It's a buildup of lactic acid in the body. It's super uncomfortable to get to that point of full fatigue. At the same time, it's the most beneficial thing you could do for your quadriceps, of course. So it's basically just like you see. I'm in this one position. I'm fixed in that spot. I'm not moving whatsoever. And I'm just letting those muscles burn like crazy, staying still in that one position. Now, if you have a problem in your knee, like a little bit of a pinching at all, you can raise yourself up a little bit higher and go above that 90 degrees that you can see that I'm sitting at here. I have a little problem in my knee, but a lot of times this wall sit won't bother it at all. It's on my left side. And if it will, then I'll just raise a little bit higher and I won't do it that low for that one day. Now, like I said, it's tough to get to this place of full muscle fatigue. A lot of these exercises, doing these at home by yourself, it is a lot more difficult. So at the end here, I'll talk a little bit about how one-on-one fitness training can be helpful. Coming from a fitness trainer, we train each other in the studio. So last one for the day. This is just the fourth exercise that we're going to be looking at. This is basically a push-up position. You're just going to hold this push-up position for as long as you can. It's a full isometric. So the reason why we're doing this basically as isometrics is they're a lot safer this way. If we're not using the joint whatsoever and like moving through an actual push-up, then we're not even really using the joint that much. There's that pressure there, but there's no range of motion through it. So we have less of a chance of pinching a joint or something like that, connective tissue. If we're barely moving, there's no momentum, so we can't hurt our connective tissue as well. So at least it's a lot less common to hurt it. All of these are about safety, but huge effectiveness. So you can see over time that I continue to sink and sink further and sink further, and that's exactly what you can expect from all of these. It'll become more and more difficult to hold it in this position. Here we're focused at the end, right in the chest muscles, near the armpits, all throughout the pecs. The outer arms, the front part of the shoulders, we're fatiguing a little bit more. And you can tell I just continue to sink more and more. And I've lowered there onto my knees at a certain point because I was unable to hold it any further on my toes. I was going to fall, and so when I lowered there onto the knees, getting into a even deeper fatigue, eventually, of course, you're just going to collapse and not be able to hold it in that position any longer. So these are 4 fantastic exercises that you can do. It's actually a full body workout. If you want to throw in the lats here at the very end, now this is a little bit more of a hardcore technique, so to speak. What we're going to be doing here is strengthening the lower back muscles a lot, but it puts quite a bit of pressure there. It puts more engagement in the glutes, and it puts a lot into the latissimus dorsi muscles and into the very top of the back, the traps and the arms again. So we're fatiguing a lot of different muscles here. It's basically called the Superman position. And as we hold this here, you can see I'm on my belly and I'm picking up my hands, my elbows off the ground, my knees off the ground, my feet, and it kind of looks like I'm flying like Superman. This, I can only do about a minute and a half of this before I get to full fatigue, especially after I've done a lot of glute bridge and stuff like that. And I'll collapse fast through this. An alternate way to really feel the lats more is to put yourself in this position. You can see what I'm doing right here. I'm basically squeezing my shoulder blades together to feel the lats the deepest that I possibly can right here. It engages the back muscles. Those are the largest muscles in the upper body. So it's really important to work those when you're doing a full body fatigue workout like this, like super slow. Even at home, You want to get as many of these muscles to full fatigue as possible. Now, the thing to be careful about this one is if you feel anything in the lower back, you want to subtract this Superman out of your workout and just stick with those original 4. And I'll give you, of course, some more exercises as we move forward. I'm going to post every single week on this channel. So I really look forward to having all of you come back and watch my videos. Tell me what you think, leave a comment, share my video if this is beneficial to you. I would love to see you join me for more exercises, and please do this twice a week at least. Fatigue the muscles to full muscle fatigue. Consume 20 grams of protein more every single day, and you will see your muscles grow so much faster. Join me for my next video. I'm JG, Safe Fitness Training. I will see you next time.